What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past week or so. A lot of topics to discuss, and of course, the main big one is around the future of the greatest human being to touch a football, Lionel Messi, who currently is very unlikely to renew his contract at Paris Saint Germain, and that only leaves two options: Barcelona or bloody Inter Miami. Apparently Barcelona see his return as possible, but very difficult. But Paris Saint Germain are still pushing for his renewal, but Barcelona and of course Messi are still lingering in the background. Jorge Messi, Messi's father and agent, has met with PSG, has met with Barcelona as well, and still doesn't know who's going to sign Messi this summer, so we'll give you guys the updates on that. And also Barcelona had meetings over the past week with two agents. Firstly, Pini Zahavi, who of course is the agent of Robert Lewandowski, and also the agent of Yannick Carrasco and Benjamin Pavard, who are two main targets for Barcelona this summer. And they also met with the agent of Andreas Christensen, who's also the agent of Ilkay Gundogan, who will be a free agent this summer, pending of course his future currently at Man City. And I also want to discuss the big updates around the loan players returning this summer to Barcelona. Alex Collado, Nico Gonzalez, Clement Lenglet, Abde, Samuel Umtiti, and Sergio Dest. All their futures are in doubt. How are their loan moves going? I'll give you guys all the update on Barcelona's current plan for each player, and if they do have a future at all in the Barcelona first team. Also have some contract renewal updates on Sergi Roberto, Busquets future update, about this stuff that's happening right now between Barcelona and La Liga, and also a Pedri and Ousmane Dembele injury update. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 200 likes in this video. Be very much appreciated. Also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Now, before we get into the video, this video is sponsored by Number One Foot. Number One Foot is one of the best replica football jersey websites on the market. They have fantastic qualities at fantastic prices. I ordered some the other day, and I got the treble winning jersey for Barcelona in the 14-15 season. The quality is absolutely unreal at a fantastic price. Look at the badge on the jersey. It is fantastic. You have the Nike logo as well, looking brilliant. It has the right tags, the right size, the right material, and it's at a fantastic price. And on their website, they do have the new Barcelona kit for this season with the Spotify logo. You can pick what badge you want on the sleeve, La Liga, Champions League. You can pick whatever number you want, whatever name you want on the back as well. And again, the material is absolutely unreal. Here I have the 2007 Champions League kit for Barcelona. As you can see, it has the UNICEF logo, the Nike, the Barcelona badge with the Camp Nou name around it. And if you use the discount code BOY at checkout, you do get 15% off your final order. That is BOY. Use it at checkout, 15% off, and all orders over $80 get free shipping as well. So go down below, top link in description, and get your new football kit today. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past week or so. Firstly, we have been heavily linked with a midfielder who will be a free agent this summer, and that is Ilkay Gundogan. This is coming in from Gerardo Romero from Gigentes. He's come out saying that Ilkay Gundogan's agent met with Barcelona over the past few days. The player is a free agent this June, and he is a very real option to strengthen the squad this upcoming summer. Now, I think this meeting took place the morning before we played a game, which I cannot remember off the top of my head. Then before the game, Alemany came out saying that, oh yeah, we met with the Gundogan's agent, but he's also the agent of Christensen. We also just talking about Christensen's future and all that sort of stuff. Lower crap, of course. I think Gundogan would be a good addition this summer, pending, of course, what happens with the future of Busquets. If Busquets is just gonna stay, then I really don't see the need to sign Gundogan unless Pablo Torre gets loaned out. But if we do sell, if we Busquets then does end up leaving the club this summer as a free agent, of course, when the contract expires, I wouldn't mind bringing in Gundogan as a backup. You sign Gundogan and maybe a Zubimendi or another pivot, whoever the case may be, or you can just back Frenkie and have Gundogan there as another squad player. Maybe Franck Kessié wants to have a move, which hopefully will not be the case. I think Gundogan can be a great addition to the squad for a year or two. Come in, put a shift, can play as a right interior, left interior, even at number 10, and can also play in the pivot, where he has done, of course, a lot under Pep Guardiola at Man City over the past few years. Hell, he even played the Champions League final in the pivot in 2020 or 2021, I believe it was, against Chelsea. So I think Gundogan would be a great addition to the squad. So keep your eyes on this. I think this is a real option. I think Jose Alvarez from El Chiquito TV came out, I think, a month ago saying that Gundogan to Barcelona is a done deal, but obviously it's not a done deal. But it's in discussion. I think Gundogan would be a good addition this summer, and the club are highly considering his signing this upcoming summer. Now, another agent who had a meeting with Barcelona over the past few days is the super agent Pini Zahavi. Of course, is the agent of Robert Lewandowski. Jorge Messi came out saying that Mateu Alemany and Jordi Cruyff met with Pini Zahavi and his right-hand man as well for around an hour and a half. His clients, of course, outside of Robert Lewandowski, are Benjamin Pavard and also Yannick Carrasco. Now, both, of course, players are on Barcelona's agenda this summer without a shadow of a doubt. There's a buy option for Carrasco this summer for 15 million euros, and also we are in heavy negotiations with Pavard to sign him this summer as well to provide cover for us in the right back position. I really don't see these two signings as big improvements for Barcelona. I think Carrasco coming in is absolutely pointless unless one of Rafinha, Dembele, Varane, or Ansu leaves. I don't understand it. I don't see why Carrasco would be coming in. Pavard, I think, is very, very likely because Xavi wants this right back who can also play at center back, some makeshift player. But we're hearing reports that Pavard wants to play as a center back and no longer a right back. That's one of the main reasons why he wants to leave Bayern Munich. But he'll leave Bayern Munich where he just want to play right back to come to Barcelona and play right back, which for me makes no sense whatsoever. If we're going for Pavard as a center back signing, I would completely bin it off, but I think honestly Juan Foyth is the better option over Benjamin Pavard. But hey, for Pini Zahavi, that means something is happening. I do suspect that Barcelona will sign one of these players this summer. The question now really is who. I think honestly right now Pavard is leading the race over Carrasco, simply on the fact that Carrasco's position is already covered at Barcelona right now, and unless someone leaves, I cannot see him coming in. We also have them players coming back from loan in that position as well, like Abde and Collado as well. So we definitely don't need Carrasco at the moment, but we are low-key kind of desperate for Pavard. We need a right back. We're in desperate need of a right back. We have no natural right back in the squad whatsoever, even though Pavard is not really a natural right back. He has played there very, very heavily over the past few years. So I'll wait and see what happens. But again, I do suspect that Barcelona will sign a Zahavi client this summer. The question again is, who will it be? Now, there is another French defender who Barcelona has been linked with alongside Benjamin Pavard, and that is Ivan Indica, the center back from Eintracht Frankfurt. Now, Mateo Morito from Relevo has come out saying that Real Betis have made direct contact with reported Barcelona target Ivan Indica over the past few weeks. He has also attracted interest from some clubs in the Premier League as well. Now, in the last video, I told you guys that Sport 1, one of the more reliable sources in Germany, have come out saying that Ivan Indica and Barcelona have a full agreement for the player to join in June. It's now up to Barcelona to sign the papers and approve it or not, pending, of course, FFP and actual decision making in that department. But Fabrizio Romano has come out saying there's currently no agreement reached between Barcelona and Ivan Indica. It's not a done deal yet, but Barcelona are following the player at the moment. I think Romano's trying to be safe here a little bit. He doesn't want to, of course, ruin his reputation, which is probably what a couple mistakes away from absolutely flopping, which, you know, you can't really blame him for it. I do think there's something strong in this Ivan Indica and Barcelona, reports. I do think Barcelona will sign a center back this summer on a free transfer 100%. It's either, I just realized I spelled Indica's name wrong. I'm going to fix that right now. It's either Indica or Inigo Martinez. I think Barcelona will 100% sign one of those players. The question now really is which one it is, in my view. But if we're, being heavily with Indica and Romano says it's not going to happen, but Inigo Martinez, we're hearing all the time that Barcelona's linked with him, that Barcelona want him, it's all about FFP, blah, 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 blah. It's very, very clear that Xavi does want another center back alongside, of course, Eric Garcia, Christensen, Koundé, Araujo. He wants that fifth one, so that way Koundé has the possibility of playing at right back consistently. Then you have your four natural options in that two center back pairing. So when I see with Ivan Indica, I would probably favor Indica over Inigo Martinez simply on age. I do think Indica right now is on good form. He has a lot of problems, although Martinez has been there, done that. I think he's a fantastic leader as well. I think Xavi will probably pick Martinez because he's Spanish, if I'm being honest. But I would prefer Indica for that prospect, and also he's very, very young. And we do have kind of a French theme going in our back line. Koundé, maybe Pavard, Indica as well. So we can keep that French theme going, I guess, that way in the back line. There can be a sense of chemistry there. So I'll wait and see on Indica, but again, he is being heavily reported to join Barcelona as a free agent this summer. Now, along with the defense, Barcelona's also been linked heavily with a lot of attackers over the past week or so as well. One of them being, and I'm very, very shocked to see this name, Takefusa Kubo. This is coming in from AES, of course, a Madrid-based paper. They've come out saying that Barcelona are interested in signing Takefusa Kubo. Xavi really likes him, and the club believes he will fit into the project. Exactly what I said about Yannick Carrasco. Copy and paste, Control C, Control V right here. Where is Takefusa Kubo gonna fit if we sign him? You already have on the left hand side Ansu Fati and Varane. On the right you have Dembele and Rafinha. Where is he gonna fit? Unless the club are really planning to sell one of Ansu or Varane this summer, probably Varane. I can't see this happening. Of course, Varane just played really, really well against Cadiz this past weekend. I think this is just being names being thrown out. Again, Takefusa Kubo has just joined Real Sociedad as well. Real Sociedad, one of the more stingier clubs. They want a very, very strong price for their best players. Of course, we can't even get freaking Martin Zubamendi from them. And I'd rather sign Zubamendi for 60 million than Takefusa Kubo for 60 million as well. He will be costing in that region. I think Sociedad bought him from Madrid for around 15. Madrid have a 50% future selling clause as well. I think they have a buyback option in there as well. So this is not happening. I don't know why we're being linked with him, but just keep an eye on Takefusa Kubo for the future, as Xavi is apparently a big fan of him. Now, a forward who has been heavily rumored to be joining Barcelona over the past few months and is now officially confirmed to be a free agent this summer is Marcus Thuram. The sporting director of Borussia Mönchengladbach has confirmed that Thuram will be leaving as a free agent this summer. He came out saying that we have to accept that there are bigger clubs where Marcus might go to this summer. Thuram has proposals from England, Italy, and Spain after Chelsea's interest in January. This is coming in from Fabrizio Romano. Apparently, Barcelona are heavily interested in him as well. You know what, Thuram as a free agent, cover for Lewandowski, I wouldn't mind it whatsoever. I think Thuram is a great player. He has a great promise for the future as well. Of course, his father played for Barcelona as well, so there is that kind of connection. As a free agent, I wouldn't mind it. I think it would actually be a great addition to the team as well. I also believe he can play on the wing, so another versatile player for Xavi's Arsenal. I would take him. Again, there are, Vitor Roque is being rumored, which we will talk about in just a few seconds. But we do need a backup for Lewandowski. We do need a natural striker, a natural number 9 to come in and give Lewandowski that rest that he needs. And also Thuram can maybe, be a player for the future. He can learn from Lewandowski as well. So this all can have plus, all benefits. And if Thuram wants to leave, we can sell him. Just like Memphis Depay, free agent, bring him in. He works out great. If not, you sell him on. Although Memphis, we did sell him for a few million only because he wanted to go to Atletico Madrid. Different story that is. But there is a lot of interest in Thuram. We're hearing also from L'Equipe that PSG are heavily interested in him. So the battle will be there. There's going to be a lot of clubs in for him. If Barcelona do want him, I expect them to move, very, very soon in the next few weeks. Start talking to his agent and, get those ideas of what his contract he wants to get, so we can get that going. But not really that much of that as at the moment. I do think Barcelona are interested, but it will be a big battle for Thuram's signature this summer. But a forward who is the priority move for Barcelona this summer, and the forward actually considers Barcelona as his primary destination as well, is Vitor Roque. This is coming in from Roger Delors from Mundo Deportivo. He's come out saying that Vitor Roque is the club's priority for the striker position. The club considers him to be the ideal successor for Robert Lewandowski. Barcelona are leading the race on the Brazilian player who prefers to join them over PSG, Arsenal, and Chelsea. The question now is, how much will Vitor Roque cost this summer? We're hearing that Barcelona have agreed to pay 30 million euros in this installments over the next few years, but apparently that is no longer the case. Fabrizio Romano has come out saying that Vitor Roque's current club want around 60 million euros to sell him this summer. Barcelona wants him and contacted his agents to understand the structure of a possible deal. It is not easy for Barcelona due to FFP, but he is on their list. Arsenal are also monitoring him as well. All of a sudden, The price has doubled since Barcelona wants him. It's absolutely crazy. Now, one of the benefits of this is, of course, that Barcelona usually get the players that they do want, but I already thought 30 million was too much for Vitor Roque. 60 is madness. Dare I say, I'd rather sign Zubimendi than sign Vitor Roque for 60 million euros. Now, his agent, Andre Curry, has been speaking to the Brazilian news outlets over the past few days, and he did come out saying and also confirming a Spanish club has already made an offer for Vitor Roque. We got as a 25 million euro offer, and that got immediately rejected because I understand the player's worth is more than that. So 25 million euros is already not enough. And apparently the club agreed 30. So tell me that 25 is not what the player's worth, but 30 is. I don't know if Barcelona gonna do this, honestly. I think the money should be spent elsewhere. When you're spending this much on a Brazilian talent, there is a risk. Yes, he's promising. Yes, there's the potential for him to become a superstar and all that sort of stuff. But it is a massive risk. I'd rather get Thuram as a free agent and then spend that money elsewhere, if you're asking me. But the club are really interested. They really believe in this player. They really think he's going to be the successor to Robert Lewandowski. If we pay more than 40, I will cry. Because I don't think he's worth more than 40. If we were paying more than 40, if he's worth 60, why did we just get Endrick? Because Endrick is younger, more promising, and has more talent. And he's, you buy him now, you send him, let him develop, then you get him as an 18-year-old. Vitor Roque is already 18, so you can join Barcelona already. So it's already in the process. We'll wait and see. Again, if a bid of 25 million euros already been rejected, we're talking at least, I think now 40 million from the 30 that was already agreed. Well, it was 30 plus 10 million add-ons, so maybe that all combined could make it possible. I have no idea, but we'll wait and see. But the most important thing to know is that Barcelona want Vitor Roque, and Vitor Roque wants to join the Blaugrana this summer as well. But a forward who every single culé in the world wants Barcelona to sign this summer is, of course, the greatest human being to touch a football and the recent FIFA, the best player in the world. It is, of course, Lionel Andres Messi. This Messi to Barcelona stuff, ladies and gentlemen, it is picking up. We have a big report coming in from L'Equipe, who are the number one source around in France, around PSG. Number one source. Number one without fail. They've come out saying a meeting took place between Messi's father and the Paris management a few days ago, and after a long time being, Leo Messi still has not accepted the PSG contract extension proposal. He is less and less tempted to stay. If a return to Barcelona was indeed considered by the player just to complete the European adventure where it has all started, but Inter Miami is in pole position to sign him, where his family imagines him settling. Crazy. Messi would be tempted to join Inter Miami. The sentence seems more and more problematic. They say within the PSG boardroom, he thinks more and more about going elsewhere. He lets himself to be convinced little by little that his future may no longer be in Paris. But another meeting is scheduled to be happening later on between PSG and Jorge Messi in the coming days. I don't want to get my hopes up, because if I do and he doesn't come, I will cry as much as I did when he left. That's my only issue. All this hope. Oh, Messi's either going to renew at PSG, Barcelona, or go to Inter Miami. Why in God's green earth would the best player in the world go to Inter Miami now? If he wants to go, I get it. That'd be pretty 16 in MLS. No problem. You're still on top of the world. Why would you go and degrade to the MLS now? You have at least 2 more years after this year, in my opinion, in Europe. But Messi's priority is, in fact, to stay in Europe. Now, his father did travel to Barcelona after this meeting took place. I think it took place last weekend. We heard the reports that he wasn't going to renew, or the renewal was very, very slow, or has stalled. A few hours later, before Barcelona played a game, I forget who it was. It was at the Camp Nou. His father pulled up to Barcelona. He came in, and after the game, he left. He was stopped at the airport, and Jorge Messi, this is his father, and also his agent, he came out saying, I don't think Messi will return to Barcelona. The conditions are not met, and we have not spoken with Laporta, and there is no offer. So let's break this down a bit. The conditions are not met. That tells me they're talking, and that Barcelona don't want to agree to pay what Messi wants. But he says that we haven't talked to Laporta or Barcelona, and that there is no offer. So he's kind of contradicting himself a little bit. Then he was asked, is it impossible for Messi to return to Barcelona? He said impossible. No idea. I don't know if it's even gonna be impossible. We don't even speak to Laporta. Leo's under contract with Paris Saint Germain. So his father there is a bit all over the place, and he came to Barcelona for a few hours and left. I get it. Messi has a house and he has everything in Barcelona, like is his home essentially. Is his home, but him just popping in for a bit and then leaving is a bit strange in my opinion. Now the big question is, if Messi were to leave PSG, what is his most likely destination? Because we're all hearing that Barcelona is impossible, but we're in the talks, blah, 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 blah. But then we hear Inter Miami are the favorites. But that's not the case. Because Fabrizio Romano has come out saying that I'm still told to this day that Messi wants competitive football. He wants to stay in Europe for now. And also L'Equipe have confirmed this, saying that Messi wants to stay in Europe for one more year. The question is, where will he play? Then finally, the main man himself, the GOAT, Gerard Romero, came out, I think 2 nights ago, saying, I personally do not rule out Messi's return to Barcelona. It's very difficult, but I wouldn't completely discard it. Leo keeps telling a part of his entourage that Barcelona is one option. Just took a second there to imagine Messi coming back and the hype and everything. It's just, if you look at the current team also, where would Messi fit? Like, if we're signing Messi, then bye-bye Marcus Thuram, Vitor Roque, you're catching a low move for sure. And then, like, it'll be crazy. Imagine, like, a front three of, like, Dembele, Messi, and Lewandowski. Oh, my God. Dembele on the left, Messi on the right, Leo up top. Oh, Ansu Fati, Rafinha on the bench. Oh, disgusting, lads. Oh, my God. But, I mean, if you told me to sell Varane and get Messi, I'll do that in a heartbeat. Ansu, a bit iffy. Rafinha, a bit iffy. Dembele, a bit iffy on it as well. Actually, Rafinha, I probably would, to be honest. But Dembele and Ansu is where I have question marks. But the fact that it's impossible, but it's still on the table, is shocking to me. Because Laporta knows that all the Barcelona fans love him, but there is that 10% that hate him because of what he did to Messi in 2021. And if he brings them back, I really don't see any Barcelona fan hating Laporta. There is a few out there because of this, but and then also in the next presidential debate that will happen, I think next year when the next election comes around, everyone's gonna be asking him, "Oh, you let Messi go and you promised blah blah." That'll be his one, flaw. But if he brings Messi back, he'll win the election again, second term without fail. I think if it's possible, the club will do it. But if it's not possible, they're not going to bother and waste our time. This could be a tactic from Laporta, saying that, letting the fans know, oh, we tried, but we couldn't. FFP, fuck Javier Tebas, all this shit. So it could be like he already gave us the go around last summer with Frenkie de Jong. Oh, we want him to reduce his salary because his salary is too. We want to sell him. Look, we're just trying to reduce his salary. We want to sell him. Yeah, Man United. And then it comes out later. Oh, he's untouchable. He's trying to reduce his wage, and he didn't want to, and he won. So keep your eyes on this, obviously, but it's getting more and more. The thing that's giving me hope is that it looks more and more likely that Messi won't renew with PSG. What did Jorge Romero say a month ago? Messi's not renewing with PSG. If he's not renewing, I see him going to either, if he wants to stay in Europe, it's either Barcelona or Man City, and Man City is simply on the fact that they have Pep. If Pep wasn't the manager, I think it's only Barcelona. It really is. And Jorge Romero is still saying that it's still possible, but it's difficult. Then you have the Victoria Boniti, the Argentinian journalist, who said 2 months ago that Messi's gonna return to Barcelona this summer, and now she's looking right as well. The two top dogs in terms of Messi are both hinting at the fact that he's gonna come back to Barcelona. We'll wait and see. Unless something big happens to our wage bill and all of a sudden we're BFF with Javier Tebas, I don't really know. I really don't see it happening. I think if we were in any other league in the world, I'd back it 100%. But the fact that we're in freaking La Liga, run by that pinhead, I don't really know. So we'll wait and see on Messi. Again, more and more likely that he'll not renew his contract at PSG. Is Barcelona still an option? Yes, but it is very, very, very difficult. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past week or so. Now, we're going to be analyzing all the current players out on loan for Barcelona and what their situation looks like this summer upon their return. Firstly, we have an update on Sergio Dest and Samuel Umtiti. Gabriel Sanz from the Deportivo has come out saying that Barcelona is in no hurry to make any decision regarding the future of Barcelona loanees Dest and Umtiti. The club has reports on both, but the decision on the players will not be made until later. Sport came out specifically talking about Dest, saying that at Barcelona, they assume that Dest will return to the club this summer because AC Milan will not execute the purchase option they have on him. Now, Ben Aid, who of course is very, very close to Dest, he came out saying that AC Milan want to keep him, but not for the 20 million euro buy option they have. They want to get him for cheaper, so keep your eyes on that. Now, for Umtiti, I think Sport also came out saying that, Barcelona want to sign a center back this summer. It's either Ivan Ndicka, Inigo Martinez, or Samuel Umtiti. I saw that, I'm like, what? We're gonna run Big Sam all over again? Come on now. I'm done. This is all. Madre mia. Yeah, he's doing well at Lecce. He's playing regularly. I think he's actually just injured. I think he's actually injured at the moment, but he has been playing since I think November before the World Cup. The first few months he was not playing for Lecce whatsoever. Then the last couple of months he's been actually an integral part, getting man of the match. They're chanting his name. So I love the fact that Umtiti is now feeling like a footballer. But would I take him back at Barcelona? Absolutely not. So we'll wait and see on these two, but again, their futures far, far, far away from Barcelona. But there is another French center back who Barcelona have to worry about, and that is Clement Lenglet. Sport have come out saying that Clement Lenglet's loan at Spurs ends on June the 30th, and there is no purchase option for the English team, although at Barcelona, they hope that he can stay in England. So Tottenham Hotspur still undecided on the future of Lenglet, whether or not they want to keep him. This is the one that worries me the most because Lenglet has no goddamn market. If he comes back, it's gonna be so hard to get rid of him again. He barely wanted to leave on loan to Tottenham Hotspur. So this one's the one that worries me the most because if he does not perform well, if Tottenham don't want to keep him, then I have no idea what we're gonna do with him. But again, another big problem for Barcelona. His wages coming back on our wage bill will be catastrophic, and of course we want to remove that. We want to remove his wages from our wage bill. That way we can infiltrate and implement, of course, better players than Lenglet. But when Sports did about the three center backs, they didn't mention Lenglet. They said Inigo Martinez, Ndicka, and Samuel Umtiti. So we'll wait and see on Lenglet, but his future again far, far away from Barcelona. But his exit this summer on a permanent basis does worry me a bit because his contract got renewed under Bartomeu, I believe, until 2026. He's going to come back this summer with almost 3 years left on his contract still. So I see a little Mingueza push 2.0 here, where Barcelona, just let him go for free and have a sell-on clause and 50% right of future sales or whatever the case may be, just to get rid of him. So keep your eyes on Lenglet this summer, where Barcelona want to get rid of him at all costs. But there are two players who Barcelona are still unsure about. Firstly, being Abde. Now, Sport came out saying that Abde left on loan to Osasuna without a purchase option, and Barcelona wanted to return to the first team in the summer, although a transfer is not ruled out if a good offer arrives. Now, we talked about this in the last video, how Joan Laporta wants to make money from the grassroots of La Masia, so actually selling B team players who are too good for the first team, but too good to keep loaning out and trying to infiltrate in the team. Same with Collado. I think they're both on the same boat. Now, with this Messi returning and already having Ansu Fati, Rafinha, and Dembele, I think Abde is so talented, but there ain't no way he's getting into this team. Let's be honest. Unless we, again, sell Varane and we don't get Messi, then maybe he has a chance. I would sell him, but have a purchase option in there or a future sell-on clause, something in there. So I'd sell him for like 15 million plus future sell-on clause or plus a buyback option. If he ends up exploding, then maybe one of our wingers flops and we have to sell them. So keep your eyes on Abde. I do think there is a possibly maybe future for him at Barcelona, but for the imminent future, next 1 to 2 years, I see it very, very difficult. But in the near future, in the down future, like 3 or 4 or 5 years on the line, you just never know. And the same thing can also be said for Nico Gonzalez. Sport have also come out saying the idea with Nico Gonzalez is that he returns to the club this summer and remains part of the first team. So there's a difference there. So for Abde is to return to the first team this summer, transfer not ruled out, but for Nico it's to be part of the first team, because I think the club want to sign a pivot and have Nico there as well to compete and to learn I think if Busquets stays, the club will keep Nico to have backup, of course, and then they probably won't sign Gundogan, and then they'll have Frenkie as a third backup, but Frenkie will be playing in the interior roles. But if we do sell Busquets, maybe bring in Gundogan and then have Nico learn under him and all that sort of stuff. I think Nico's future is at Barcelona. He is a very promising player and also a player that we can end up using. So, for example, if we didn't have the wingers that we have, then Abde would have a great chance of getting to the first team. But with us already having 4 wingers, possibly 5 if Messi comes back, or maybe Marcus Thuram or Vitor Roque, Abde falls down the pecking order, but for Nico, he's still right up there. So I do see Nico having a future at Barcelona next season, depending, of course, what happens in the market. But although right now the pivot market is all over the place, either Gundogan, Neves, Conte, or Zubimendi. So it's not looking great. And of course, the club are begging Busquets to stay as well. So overall, on the lows, I think, of course, Dest, Umtiti, Lenglet, future outside of Barcelona, Abde Collado are 2 maybes, and then Nico definitely in Barcelona. Now, a player's future that is still very much in the air, as the player has not decided what his next move will be, is the first team captain of the club, Sergio Busquets. This is coming in from Fabrizio Romano. He's come out saying that Al Nassr has approached Busquets for June as a potential target after MLS clubs already tried months ago, including Inter Miami. Busquets has to decide if he wants to stay or if he wants a new chapter in another country. I've been saying over the past few months, I expect around February time we'll get an idea of what Busquets wants. We're almost at the end of February. I'm still freaking clueless. I have absolutely no idea what Busquets wants. Xavi is begging for him to stay every single week in the press conference, but he has these offers on the table for, double his money right now, or the club are going to offer him a huge salary reduction if they do offer him a renewal. Apparently, Barcelona want him to stay, want to offer him a renewal, but haven't offered it yet. Busquets unhappy that Barcelona has not offered a renewal yet and does not know what to do, so it's all over the place. If I were to make a bet right now, February 21st, I would say that Busquets will stay, because I think the pressure from the club and Xavi as well is very, very high. I think the only way Busquets leaves, that he gets an offer that's just too good to turn down. I'm talking like 400,000 euros per week, something ridiculous like that. And also, the club may want to keep him because we cannot find a suitable replacement for a suitable price, because Zubimendi is 60 million, that's too expensive. Neves is not a pivot. Gundogan is free, and he's not even a natural pivot. Conte is not a natural Barcelona pivot, so there's no real option to replace Busquets, so that's why the club really want to keep him. We'll wait and see, but again, Bussi's future is still very, very much in the air. But a Barcelona midfielder whose future is very much set in stone in the Blaugrana colors is, of course, Frenkie de Jong. Now, Fabrizio Romano has come out saying that Barcelona wants to keep Frenkie de Jong. In contrast to last summer when the club wanted to sell him, he is now thought of a crucial first team player, and Frenkie, of course, is also happy to stay at the club. The reason why I bring this up is I would watch out for Manchester United this summer. They are reportedly going to be getting taken over by Qatar investment, and of course Qatar are fucking loaded with money. I think if an offer comes in of around 100 million euros plus, the club will accept it. And I think the club will definitely push out Frenkie if they get an offer like that. But I do think Frenkie will stay. I think he's the future of the club. Keep our eyes on Man United, who will get a lot of big, heavy investment this summer from their new owners. And also to watch out for Frenkie de Jong's future, not this summer, but next summer, because that's when Barcelona have to start talking with him over a contract renewal, because his contract does expire, I believe, in 2026, 2024 is when you start, talking, hey, how's it going? You want to renew? Gonna have to cut your wages a little bit. 400K a week is a bit too much. So I think Frenkie de Jong this summer is going to stay pending a huge fat offer from United. But I think next summer is where Barcelona will have to make that move to renew his contract, figure out where his current head is at. Hopefully by then we've won a couple titles and he's very, very happy. He'll happy take a reduction. But of course, everyone in Barcelona right now, including the fans, are very, very happy with the performance of Frenkie de Jong. Let's now discuss some contract renewal updates around the first team at Barcelona. Just one update, and that's the update of the second captain's renewal, Sergi Roberto. This is coming in from Jordi Gil from Sport. He's come out saying that Sergi Roberto and Barcelona have fully agreed to his renewal contract, which will be extended by 1 season with the possibility of additional season depending on certain factors. Every document is prepared. Of course, Xavi asked for the renewal of Roberto, and he has gotten the extension of 1 year. Apparently, there is a little bit of a salary increase, or he's around about the same salary, which means that he could have gotten a bit more, bit less. But it's a play that Xavi wanted. Of course, he played well against Cadiz over the past weekend. Xavi came out in the post-match press conference and said, I hope Roberto stays here forever. He's been playing unbelievably. He's one of the most unfair, criticized players in the history of Barcelona. I think some of the criticism before Roberto has been fair, but he has sometimes been a bit over the top. Look, Roberto's a squad player and as a a role model, stuff like that. I don't mind it. He's on crap money as well. I'm okay with it. It's to the point when he plays week in, week out, he's a crucial player, is where I have the problem, because I don't think Roberto is the level that we do need to be playing week in, week out. But as a bench player, of course, he's a versatile player. He's a utility knife. You chuck him in anywhere, but striker and goalkeeper, he'll put in a shift for you. So that's why Xavi wants to keep him, and that's why Roberto will be extending his contract for at least one more year until 2024. Let's now discuss some of the injury updates surrounding the first team at Barcelona. The one only update that we do have is the update on Pedri's injury coming in from Javi Miguel from AES, who of course is the number one person in regards to injury news for the club. He's come out saying that Pedri has suffered an injury to his rectum femoris in his right thigh. The objective is to recover before the Clásico on March the 19th, which means that he will be out for around a month. So now that's him and Dembele both aiming for that Clásico on the 19th. Keep in mind, we do have the Clásico in the cup about a week before, which both players most likely will miss out upon. So it's going to be a big push to get them there. Hopefully, if they both don't make that game, they both pull out of international duty. I would be pissed if both Dembele and Pedri go out for France and Spain respectively on international duty. They should pull out and focus on Barcelona's final stretch of the season. So a big blow for Barcelona, one of our most crucial, important players. He will be out for around a month, and hopefully he can make that a Clásico in the league, of course, at the Spotify Camp Nou, fully fit. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is give you guys an update on the current war going on between La Liga and Barcelona. Now, Ben Aid came out saying that Barcelona intends to sit down with La Liga in the coming days in order to study the solution for the summer transfer market in light of the economic situation the club is going through. Now, there is all this stuff going on about the referee as well, the referee case thingy where, Sevilla, Espanyol, Atletico Madrid are all putting out statements saying they want this to be resolved, all that sort of stuff. Javier Tebas had a press conference yesterday saying that, Laporta does not explain this, he should resign. The Premier League, is all, he's trying to, justify his rules and all that shit. Look, I am sick to death of Javier Tebas. The day this man retires or resigns will be the greatest day in the league's ever seen. That man cannot run a league to save his life. And he also released yesterday as well the new wage cap for all the remaining teams for the remainder of the season in La Liga, where Barcelona's wage cap has slightly reduced from 656 to 648 million. I mean, we got rid of Piqué, Memphis, and Hector Bellerin, and you're telling me we only lost out on on 8-9 million? I mean, it's I'm really sick to death of it. I mean, if you're Joan Laporta, Mateu Alemany, Jordi Cruyff, if you're really working at Barcelona, trying to improve the squad, trying to make it a team that's worth competing in the Champions League and all trophies, La Liga, with three hands tied behind your back. You don't even have three hands. It's beyond belief. On this referee case, I will not speak upon it until we know more information, until there's more big things happening. Right now, Barcelona came out saying that, this is all coming out now because we're the best team in Spain, blah, 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 blah. Every team does this. Javier Tebas said, I think a week ago, we reviewed the case, there's nothing in it. Then all of a sudden, these teams put out statements, and then Javier Tebas now saying that, we need an explanation from Joan Laporta. It wasn't even Joan Laporta, it was that fucking cunt, Bartomeu, who did all this again. We'll wait and see on that. But overall, the relationship right now between Barcelona and La Liga, very, very crap, and we do have another intense summer upon us. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past week or so. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. But the main thing I want to first see, of course, is your thoughts on the possible return of Leo Messi. Do you think it will happen or not? Secondly, your thoughts on the possibility of adding Yannick Carrasco, Benjamin Pavard, and also Ilkay Gundogan to the team this summer. Who would you pick? Would you sign all three of them, two of them, one of them, or neither of them? And finally, your thoughts on the Loanees returning this summer. Are any of them, concerning about you? How it'd be difficult to get rid of them? You think we can get any money for any of them? Or you think we should loan them all out back again and try to wait until their contract expire? And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.